Thanks for staying with us. With the new school year now underway for some students, parents are juggling more than just homework and bedtimes. They're also making sure their kids are eating right and staying healthy. Joining us today to talk about keeping our young ones healthy, energized, and ready to learn is Anisca Brown, brand manager for Haliborange at Lightbourn Trading Company Limited. Welcome to What's Trending, Anisca.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here with us. So back to school can get busy, and we know kids can be the pickiest eaters. But before we talk about vitamins and supplements, why is a balanced diet always the best place to start?
Well, because we want to send our kids out the best version of themselves, right? And that starts internally before it could be externally. So you want to make sure they're healthy, they're strong, and they're able to take on their day. So you want to get their mind right, their body physically right, so that they can execute.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So if a child isn't getting all the nutrients that they need from their diet, what are some signs that a parent should look out for?
So they tend to be constipated, right? They tend to be a little sluggish, a little slow to respond, not catching on to what we would consider things that are like the normal responses, like they have no energy. They don't want to be. They don't want to read. They want to lay around.
They're just slouching.
They're just mentally not there. They're drained, and so you see their appetite drop. You know, so they're not eating. They're just not themselves. So it's like a complete 180 switch that happens gradually over time with kids. You know what I mean? So as a parent, you're intuitive to your child, you're going to notice these signs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So let's talk about focus in the classroom. You brought in the Haliborange Omega-3 DHA liquid with vitamins A, C, and D. How does the DHA and Omega-3 specifically support young developing brains? Okay,
so we know during the development stage, kids, they're in the classroom. You want them to stay focused, right? So the DHA, which in the brain, the Haliborange DHA, it has 628 milligrams of DHA, right? So that along with the EPA, which it has 200 milligrams of EPA. So they work together, right? So you have one that's focusing on reducing cell inflammation, and you have one that's focusing on brain connectivity, keeping the cell together strong. Okay. So the kids can stay focused and
but that sounds like a dynamic combination in itself.
Yeah,
so to keep them pumped up.
Yes, yeah. So they work together to help keep inflammation down, and then keep its healthier version of itself, right? So we as adults, we take DHA, omega fatty acids all the time in our cod liver oil, the 7 C's. We grew up on that. I think everyone in the Bahamas has taken that.
Very
right?
familiar.
Yes. So you know that's not the best thing to drink. Kids absolutely can't stand it.
Right.
So they hide it behind a nice orange, syrupy-like taste. Not overly sweet, not overly sweet, but something just to give them a little incentive to want to take it every day.
I like that. That's a good approach.
Yes.
So for overall daily health, you also have the multivitamins, calcium and iron chewable tablets. So how do nutrients like calcium and iron work together to support growing bones and cognitive function?
Yes, because as our kids are growing, they're going to lose teeth, they're going to get new teeth. So you have kids that like a lot of candy, and you can't stop them from eating it. They sneak it, they hide it. You have parents that give it to them as treats. Yeah. So as you're giving them that treat, you also want to give them a balance, right? So you sneak them the gummy, and it's actually helping them to help their bone get stronger.
So they may think it's a treat, though, because it looks like a nice treat. So once you pull up that in there and say, hey, that's just for you.
Exactly.
It would be the wise, huh?
Exactly. So you could actually, this could be 2-in-1. They think they're getting a treat, but actually,
this thing goes sense.
Yes, yes. So I've had parents that tell me they had to hide the gummies from their kids because they literally would
enjoy them
eat it.
so much.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
That sounds like a win-win. So school days are demanding for kids coming home wiped out. So how do the iron and vitamin C softies reduce tiredness, maintain healthy blood cells? I think that's the plus vitamin C.
Yeah, well, the vitamin C, that's more towards immunity building, right? Because we're sending our schools in a diverse setting with a bunch of kids, and, you know, germs everywhere. You can't run from them, right? So you want to keep their immunity as high as you possibly can. And it's a safe dosage. It has only 80 milligrams of vitamin C, which is safe enough for daily consumption.
Okay.
So you just want to send them with a full boost so that whatever they're exposed to, the body can fight it off.
They can combat that.
Yes,
better.
yes,
And
yes.
as you touched on, and we know, like you said, classrooms are seasonal hotbeds for the flu and other elements. How does the vitamin C immune softies help support their defenses to make them strong? Just reiterate that for us.
Yeah, so it's going to keep their levels high, their immunity boost. So you have the vitamin C, you have the iron. That's more for kids that are like low blood pallets, right? So the vitamin C is geared towards where you give them it every day so that when they go out there, they're running, they're sweating, they're playing, they're exerting. So you want to put that back into their body.
So they have everything they need to function at their highest level.
Yes, at the highest level, yes.
So with so many options on store shelves, what are some key things that parents should look for on a label to make sure a supplement is safe and effective?
Well, the most thing I love about my gummies is that the gelatin in them are plant-based.
Oh.
I am very, very big on that. No hit against, the other brands. But the reason why I'm happy with the plant-based because it makes it safe for them to eat it on an empty stomach. Because you have kids, they're very picky. Sometimes they'll take it, they won't take it, right? A lot of the medications, they will say, take with food.
Yes.
And then some kids don't want to do that, so it's safe to give them this on an empty stomach. So that's what I really loved about my vitamin gummy lines. Okay. And so when you looking for a product, you have moms that are looking for a product that aren't so sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you still got to keep their health in mind. The gummies aren't sticky, it won't stick in your teeth. They're easy to bite through, and that's another plus about the Haliborange gummies. And it's a very recognizable brand. It's been in the market, I'm not going to say my age, but...
for a very long time.
Very long time.
That's very enough to
Yes,
say.
yes. And it's in the same, it's under the same umbrella as 7Cs. So, yes.
So, can parents accidentally give them kids too much? Like, what is the rule of thumb when we think of dosage recommended daily?
So, recommended daily is 2 gummies a day.
Okay.
Yes, and everything in life is in moderation, right?
That's true.
So I won't say you can overdose on it, but it could put them on, they're on 10, right? And
10,000.
Yes, and you don't want them to come home from school. You want to give all that to the teacher. So you want to send them out like that.
I'm not happy with you right now, but yes, they want to be properly fueled and focused. That's what you mean it.
Yes, you want to hope that when they come home, they're more calm and, so
relaxed.
So it's time for bed, and then that's why we have the sleep.
Makes a lot of sense. So let's end with a quick back-to-school checklist rather. If you could give parents 3 simple things to remember when it comes to their child's nutrition this school year, what would they be?
Keep them hydrated and keep their immunity up.
That's 2.
Yes, and keep them active.
That's 3.
Okay?
That's good advice.
That's 3, yes. You want to keep them active. Yeah, and I have another one.
Sure.
Find some time just to have some quiet time with your child to do a little bit of reading. I find that with me and my daughter, it allows for a lot of connectivity, and it opens up the platform to explore more than just that particular piece that you're reading. You'd be surprised what you learn from the kids when you just put that little time in with them.
Makes a lot of sense. So make sure to check out the Haliborange lineup at your local pharmacy to help your kids step into the school year with energy, focus, and of course, strong immunity. Anisca, thank you so much for joining us today and making child nutrition so straightforward.
Yes.
So thanks again.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Right.
So kids, social media, and 17.1 billion. What's the connection? We'll break it down after the break.